Okay, this is part two because an alarm went off and the video stopped, and I promise I won't edit, so I'm gonna put it in two parts. So as I was saying, so the neighbors, are cooking, and they're missing some oil or salt, and then they would come in and say, "Hey, can't you have a cup of sugar?" or whatever that may be, right? So I wanted that. I was very clear of that. Another thing that it was really important to me, my daughter was about 3 at the time. Yeah, just about 3. I would like, and I was very clear that I wanted a good school nearby, a very good school. So that was another thing that was in my requirement list, in my wish list, in my Santa list, even though it wasn't Christmas, right? What else? I wanted a place where my parents could stay and have their own privacy and their own rooms when they visit us, right? I wanted my parents to be close, but I did not want them to be in the same house and seeing each other every day. I want each other to see each other whenever we wanted to see each other and not just live together. So that place needed a place for my parents to stay independently. So that was another thing. I wanted to be nearby a city, but I wanted to be more outside. I wanted to be more outside the BC city. I wanted to be more in an urban type of area, right? And let me just think, what else was it? I think those were the main ones, right? An easy access for my husband then to be able to get to work. So easy access to whatever, transportation or the highway or whatever it was. And that was mainly it. I did not have specifics on the color of the house or how many bedrooms, and I didn't go into those details. Not to say that those are not important, but just to say that I had priorities and I was very clear on what I wanted. Now, fast forward, it took us a few months to find a house, and it took us even longer, a year, to move in. This house has everything that I asked for and even more, even better still, right? So what's the point here? Keeping in your mind what you want. I never thought, and obviously when you're buying a house, definitely you have a budget and a range, obviously, and it had to be within our budget. That was another requirement, right? But the point here is, when we started looking at houses and stuff, we saw multiple in different cities. We were around to see what was the best place to be, and I never let my guard off in terms of what I wanted. I never started compromising and said, well, if the school is not good, maybe I'll drive my kids somewhere else. I never thought of the things that I wasn't finding when I was looking at houses. I was very clear of what I wanted, and some houses, some apartments, some had those, but some didn't. And we just kept looking, and soon and behold, not long after we started our search, and I said not long, within 3 months or so, we found the perfect place. And it was in a community. I remember it was Halloween around October, this time of the year, when we went to see it. And it was marvelous to see all the decorations, all the house decorators, and you can tell that the neighbors care about the community. It was just fantastic. And it's a neighborhood that I still live in and I absolutely love. It's going to be 10 years. And it's 7-minute drive to the school that we chose for our girl. Later on in years, they opened a school inside the neighborhood. I can walk to it, but my daughter is in a different one just because she's in a French program. But he had absolutely everything we wanted. 5 minutes drive to the highway, and a highway that goes straight downtown Vancouver, where my daughter's dad was working. My husband at the time was working at. So he had it all. He had it all. So what the point here is, the point that I want to make is, keep in your mind only the things you want. Because what we hold in our mind most often is what we bring to our reality. So keep just holding in your head the things that you want. And I'll tell you next week about the time I manifested something that honestly, truly, I didn't want to. But I was very good at manifesting that before I knew how to do it right. So my advice, my invitation today, last week I asked you to look at your longing and your discontentment, to see that area, those areas of your life that you would love to see improvements in. This week, I invite you to pay attention now that you know what your longing is what you want. Leave on the side the discontentment, okay? Just flip it with the discontentment. Just flip to the opposite thing that you don't want, and then automatically you get what you want. And this week, my invitation is for you to focus, to keep in your mind and hold in your head only what you want. I do it consistently, do it continuously, and send me write a comment down there and let me know how it's going. And remember, as my mentor Mary Morris said, this is your life. Make it a great one. And I know you got this. Take care.